Hi, it's Ben from My Cycling Coach. I hope you're well and that you're having a great day. Just out on a training ride today. Got some good weather here in Austria this week now, really starting to warm up. I did some tempo work indoors yesterday and just out on a bit of an endurance ride this morning, some zone 2 work. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick video on the page today as I've been getting a lot of questions about how people can increase their average speed out on the road. And aside from training, obviously, and improving your power and fitness, there are actually some real quick things that you can do to instantly increase your average speed out on the road. So I've got 3 quick tips for you today to help you do this, really push up that speed. Might be looking to do this as part of your group or club rides, or just when you're out on your own doing training. So yeah, we'll get straight into it. Tip number 1 is just trying to spend a bit more time riding on the drops. I speak to a lot of people about maybe the aerodynamics a little bit and how they can reduce the wind that obviously the body is taking as part of a ride. And they say, are you spending any time riding on the drops? And they'll say, no, I tend to be in quite an upright position. So you can actually test this on the road. The best place to do this is when you're riding along a flat section. You may ride just up on the top of the bars, but then do a bit of a section of the same piece of road where you will then go down onto the drops, and you can see an increase in speed of up to 2-3 kilometers an hour just by reducing obviously that surface area of your body, getting into a bit more of an aerodynamic position, riding on the drops, maybe just ducking your head down a little bit. Straight away, if you just implement some of this into a ride, obviously if you haven't done much riding on the drops before, it can be quite uncomfortable if you just go straight in trying to do the whole ride on the drops. But just incorporate, maybe some sections of if you've got a nice flat stretch of road where you can get some speed up, get your head down a little bit, get into the drops, bit more of an aerodynamic position, you will instantly see an increase in speed. Tip number 2 then is really trying to just maximize every single pedal stroke, working on your technique and efficiency a little bit. I speak about this quite a lot in some of my videos, but also on our coaching courses. Is a lot of cyclists only really focus on applying force to the downwards part of the pedal strokes. This is where the pedal goes from 12 round to 6 o'clock. And then on the upward stroke, they won't try to really pull that pedal back round, try to activate the hamstrings and really utilize that second half of the stroke. And if you are doing this, then you're obviously giving up quite a lot of power with each pedal stroke, which then is also going to have an effect on your average speed. So just by really trying to utilize that full pedal stroke, keeping that nice constant pressure on the crank all the way round, is going to allow you to apply more force to the pedals, and then as a result of this, increase your average speed and really improve that speed, which is another great way to improve that performance and increase the average speed on a ride. So tip number 3 then, the final tip, is looking at your fueling and hydration. Again, I speak to a lot of riders. I say, I've been trying to improve my average speed. First half of the ride, I will be feeling really good. There'll be first maybe 90 minutes to 2 hours, have a real good average. But then after that first 90 minutes to sort of 2 hours of the ride, this is where they will then really start to see that average speed drop. And my first question will then be, what's your fueling and hydration like? And then I normally find that the fluid intake and the fueling is under where it should be. So under fueling and can be dehydrated, which is then having that detrimental effect on speed. So really trying to ensure that you keep up your hydration is the first thing. So my advice would be a minimum of 500 milliliters per hour on the ride to ensure you are staying hydrated, avoiding any cramp, which can obviously really affect your average speed if you start to get cramp. But then also fueling for that ride. So making sure that you're hitting those hourly intakes. If it's a ride that's 2 to 3 hours in length, you will really benefit anything from sort of 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrate an hour to ensure that you're fueling the engine and really maintaining that average speed, or even pushing it up and have got the energy to keep it where you want to. Rides that go over 3 hours or longer, and that maybe them are quite a bit more high intensity, I would then even say you could push the fueling up, the hourly fueling with carbohydrate, to sort of 60 to 80 grams an hour if that does become quite a long, maybe endurance ride, or there are any hard efforts in there. So yeah, quick one there today, guys. 3 tips that should really help you instantly increase that average speed if you haven't been doing them. The first one's just spending a bit more time riding on the drops, really getting into that aerodynamic position. You should see an instant increase with your speed with this. The second one was just really maximizing that pedal stroke, applying constant pressure to the crank all the way around, utilizing both the pushing downwards phase and the upwards phase, activating those hamstrings. And the third and final tip was that hydration and fueling. If you're under fueling and you're dehydrated, your performance really will suffer, and as a result, your average speed. So give those a go. If you found this video useful, please drop a like on the video. Feel free to follow, share, subscribe, and any comments, as always, would love to hear from you. Have a great rest of your day, enjoy your riding, and speak soon.